Among the major children's channels in Canada, some may have gravitated towards Teletoon and others to YTV, and those are certainly great channels I would frequently tune into. However, the one that was usually my favorite as a child was Family Channel. Launched in 1988, I did not start watching Family until 1997, but the programming it had certainly appealed to my taste. Family was notable for being the Canadian home for a lot of Disney shows, but what also allowed it to stand apart from the competition was that there were no commercials. Instead, Family would play promos for their series of movies in between the programs. There would also be music videos, usually of Disney songs, and they even found time to play classic Disney cartoons, usually in the form of Mousepiece Theatre, hosted by George Plimpton. The centerpiece programming on Family were their reruns of the Disney afternoon shows. It was wonderful coming home from school and watching series like Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, Aladdin, Timon and Pumbaa, Goof Troop, and Darkwing Duck. When Disney created a weekday afternoon block for their one Saturday morning shows, Disney's 1-2 aired on UPN in the United States. In Canada, Family had the rights to use 1-2, and that's where Doug, Pepper Ann, The Weekenders, Recess, and Buzz Lightyear Star Command played. Reruns would air on weekends too, alongside live-action Disney series like Lizzie McGuire and Even Stevens. The Disney Channel original movies aired on Family, and I have vague memories of seeing DCOMs like Halloween Town, Luck of the Irish, and Phantom of the Megaplex when they originally premiered. Other Disney and Touchstone films also got airtime on their Popcorn Picks movie block. Ernest Scared Stupid was popular around Halloween. I recall tuning in to catch a showing of Dick Tracy, and even classics like Dumbo and Mary Poppins would be shown. A show I loved watching was Movie Surfers, a behind-the-scenes look at the making of whatever Disney film is coming out, and I especially remember looking forward to seeing the ones on Tarzan and Inspector Gadget. I also have fond memories of seeing the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids television series on Family. One sitcom I never watched when it aired on ABC or even when it played on YTV, but did check out when Family got the rights, was Boy Meets World. It started playing in September 2002, and as they reran the 158 episodes, I got to see Corey, Topanga, Sean, and the rest of the characters grow up over the course of the school year. Family did not just air the really popular and long-running Disney shows, though. Remember the Schnookums Meet funny cartoon show? Most don't, yet Family still found a place for it on their schedule. I probably would never even seen or heard of the Wuzzles had Family not started playing it for a brief period in the late 90s. Similarly, the extremely short-lived ABC sitcoms Teen Angel and You Wish somehow joined Family's lineup around 2002, and because they had so few episodes, it was not uncommon to see the same ones again and again. Of course, the channel aired more than just Disney productions. The Busy World of Richard Scarry was a favorite animated series that I really enjoyed watching on Family Channel. There was also The Little Lulu Show, which served as my introduction to the famous comic strip character. One largely forgotten Canadian animated series was Hose Hounds, which was about Dalmatians who worked as firefighters. I was entertained by Art Attack, which featured host Neil Buchanan explaining how to make your own art. The highlight of the show was always when he created elaborate art pieces to be seen from a bird's eye view. I became a fan of Alf when Family started airing the popular sitcom about the alien with an appetite for cats. Alf ended on a cliffhanger after NBC canceled the show, something I did not know. So imagine my shock when after the episode where he's cornered by government agents, they circled back to showing the first season again. Despite YTV typically being the Canadian home for Nickelodeon series, quite a few wound up on Family for some reason. The sketch shows All That and The Amanda Show aired on Family for a few years, along with Zoe 101 and Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. The movie schedule also found room for other films besides Disney ones, with Warner Brothers supplying many of them. It was on Family where I first watched Batman, Gremlins, The Little Shop of Horrors, and Beetlejuice, albeit in edited form. I did not hear Beetlejuice drop the F-bomb until years later. On weekends, Family would air At the Movies, a program hosted by Canadian entertainment reporter Terry Hart, that showed clips, trailers, and interviews related to what movies were opening soon, and I often made it a priority to watch. As I grew older, I switched over to Family less and less, though I did occasionally tune in to watch Wizards of Waverly Place or Phineas and Ferb. That's certainly not the channel's fault. I always find it amusing when adults complain that a children's network does not cater to them anymore. You cannot expect them to air the same shows over and over again and not bring in new series that appeal to the next generation. Over the years, Family has gone through multiple owners, and this has also played a role in its programming. It was originally a joint venture between the communication companies Alacom and First Choice. In 1999, the channel was sold to Corus Entertainment. However, because Corus also owned Teletoon, YTV, and the preschool network Treehouse, the channel was sold to Astral Media. Several years later, Astral was acquired by Bell Media, and because of potential antitrust concerns, they were required to sell Family elsewhere in order to complete the merger. It landed at DHX Media, now known as WildBrain. The biggest change for Family came in 2015, though. That year, Corus made a deal with Disney to bring the Disney Channel to Canada and become the official television broadcaster of Disney series and movies. Why wasn't this done before? Because there wasn't really a point, since Family aired all the Disney productions anyway. Nonetheless, this marked the end of what turned out to be a long and lucrative partnership between the two companies. So what airs on Family today? Because of WildBrain's television deal with DreamWorks Animation, they air a number of their series, including the Netflix ones. Family also shows the new Smurfs animated series, along with reruns of programs as varied as Gilmore Girls, Family Matters, and surprisingly The Good Place. It also still airs movies from a variety of different studios. A major difference between current Family and classic Family is that it now has commercial breaks. To viewers who remember the channel 20 years ago, it's completely unrecognizable now. However, I've never heard of a television network that does not alter its programming in significant ways, and like any broadcast channel out there today, they now have to compete with streaming. If you're really nostalgic for the classic lineup, most of those shows are on Disney+. When I started scrolling through the service when it launched and looking through the shows available, so many were ones I finally remember seeing on Family back in the day. If you want to revisit those childhood days, just put on Even Stevens, then Lizzie McGuire, then Smart Guy, then Boy Meets World, and so on, and you can recreate the classic blocks. Family Channel is a network I always knew I would find something to watch, either after school, on the weekends, or during the summer, winter, and spring breaks. Whether it's from Disney, or another studio, or even an original series, Family had and still has an understanding of what appeals to a young audience, and did its best to bring them to television viewers in a fun way. Thank you for keeping me entertained for all those years, Family Channel, and if you also have nostalgic memories of tuning in, let me know in the comments. See you next time.